welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another Rate the Transfer Rumour video. I suppose we're getting close enough to the start of the season, so I don't know how many more of these we'll have left, but we'll keep it going anyway. Fair few today. We've got 5 today up for decision. Obviously, Daz will give us a rating between 1 and 10, how likely he thinks this transfer is going to happen. And we're going to start off with Daz's club, Bohemians. Jordan Flores To Bohs is a link. Obviously, Flores was here at Dundalk. Had a reputation for scoring absolutely brilliant goals, didn't he? Moved to Hull City, a team that you support in the English League. Struggled a bit there. I believe he's on loan at Northampton at the moment. So if he was to go to Bohs, I'm not sure how that would work because he's on loan. You know what I mean? I suspect he's on loan till the end of the season. How do you see that one? And would you be happy with it?
I think he's not actually a part of the Hull City team anymore. He was let go. He joined Northampton as much as I remember permanently. So I think Bohs would have to pay a small fee to get him. Like Northampton are really far down the league, into League 2. And
he is playing games there though, isn't he? He is playing football there.
He is playing games there. But if he wants to come back to Bohs, I'd happily have him. I think he's a great player. I think he'd do really well for us. But I just hope he wouldn't be another Bastian Heary, which I don't know. It's just something about him, but I do think he's a good player. And I like.
He's a player that kind of drifts in and out of games, isn't he? As I say, he can score a banger, but he does drift in and out of games. Bohs did sign McKiernan recently as an attacking midfielder as well. So, you're trying to build a squad.
I think though with Flores, he's a proven League of Ireland player, and he done well when they were playing in Europe as well. He actually had a few good games, so. On his day, we know what he can do, but I suppose every player on the day is good. But he is a proven player, and we know what he can do. And Bohs, we really need bodies into the team. Like this, it's season so close to starting, and I think we've holes still to fill. I just think we're not complete as a squad yet, and we need more players, especially tackling players and defenders. We need players all around. But I would welcome Jordan Flores if he was to come to Bohs. Definitely. It's the first I've heard of a key. I wouldn't rate it pretty highly myself. I'd probably put it as a 4. I don't see it happening. I don't see Bohs spending money, frankly, even though there's money there to spend. They're just not doing it. They need to spend money to get players in, even sign players on free contracts, what have you. Letting players go, it's just not good enough. And I really don't see us going out and actually getting a player off his paying a fee for a player like him. So a 4 out of 10, prove me wrong, Bohs. I hope we do sign him or someone like him.
We'll move on to their arch rivals, Shamrock Rovers, and a link here from, I think this was Dan McDonald actually, Ollie Denham from Cardiff City to Shamrock Rovers. He's a defender. He's only 19 years of age. How would you see that one? I mean, looking at Rovers there, obviously Lyons is in. They've got Gannon. Looking at their left backs, they've enough there as well. Arguably could do with another central defender, maybe.
Maybe for cover, but I don't see him as a person ever getting in and playing many games. He's got a good few players ahead of him, but Shamrock Rovers are playing with 3 centre backs, and they will need rotation, and they could afford to rotate teams and probably still win comfortably against teams. So he has that, alongside. It's not like you're a bottom team where if you rotate your team, it's probably going to be a draw or a loss rather than a win kind of situation.
Of course, they lost O'Brien as such, so there's a possible.
They lost O'Brien and they lost Scales obviously halfway through the season. That's 2 centre backs, and obviously O'Brien was a nail-on starter, but he's not going to be his replacement anyway. And obviously they signed Andy Lyons there today too. He's a right back, but they have a lot of defenders. I think if he's going to come to the League of Ireland, I don't think he should go to Rovers. He should go somewhere where he'll play regularly. Bohs probably be a move for him realistically, or Pats or someone like that. But I wouldn't put this one high. I'd probably put this one at a 5. I think if Rovers are going to sign someone, they're probably going to sign a more well-known player. I think they have enough anyway. But I suppose they have a massive squad and they're going to keep adding to it. They've got money to spend, so there obviously is something there, and it very well could happen. But for me, I'm going to put it as a 5.
Here's an interesting one, I thought. Anyways, Sean Rowan, who appeared in our recent, under-21 uncapped players for Ireland list, he's been linked for the move to Drogheda United. He's only 18, but not quite getting the game time at Lincoln he would like, Daz. How do you see that link?
Yeah, he's a left back.
Link from Lincoln.
Yeah, he's a left back. I actually rate him pretty highly. I think I had him on my uncapped player that time, which a few weeks ago. I've seen him play quite a few times, and I've been very impressed with him. And I'm a bit disappointed his career's kind of stalled, and he's been out with the team.
Was he injured though? I believe. He could have been out injured.
He was out of the team anyway, but he was doing so well. And the fact now that he's looking to move is a bit worrying. I would have thought he'd be pushing on. And at one stage, someone in comments correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he's been linked to like the likes of Norwich and Liverpool at one stage because he was so good. And Southampton, it's a bit of a step back for him, I think, coming back here. Because then again, look, he's so young, he's so experienced for his age. He could easily go back over in the next 2 or 3 years and flourish when he goes back over. By no means is to be all and end all.
He could be looking at a lot of players, Daz, from the League of Ireland that recently have moved to the UK and thinking, well, if I'm playing there, you know what I mean, I might be able to get back in the Lincoln team after playing a bit of football and that, and or if not that, I could get a transfer elsewhere. It could be his thought process if it was to happen. Yeah,
but I think other than that, though, I think he's a very good player, and I think he might potentially be a standout player in this league. And he's so young; he'd be one of the better younger players in the league, and he's certainly got a strong desire about him and a strong work rate and everything that a United player trait-wise should want to have, or that you'd want to have in your team. He has that about him, and I would welcome him at my team anyway. And I'm sure the ones that know of this player would happily have him in their team. And I think he's a very good player, very versatile as well. He can play a few different positions for Lincoln, as I've seen. So, yeah, I think he's pretty good. It's the first I've heard of it again. I'd probably put it at a 6 or 7. 6. I think he'll probably try and stay in England if he can. But if he does come over, it'd be very interesting to see him. And I wish him all the best and hope he does really well if he does come over. And if he goes to draw that, they've got a really good player in their hands.
Interesting stuff. The next one now is an interesting one. Filip Mihaljevic, Croatian striker, 29 years of age, linked with a move to Finn Harps. Visaka, I'll say that again. Filip Mihaljevic. He played last year with a team called Visaka in Croatia in the second division, scoring 13 goals in 15 appearances. We know what Ollie's like. He often scours Europe and comes out with these gems. How do you see that link?
Yeah, that's the most interesting one I've heard so far this series, I think. I can't say no of this player. I can't say no where the league is. I can't say no anything about him.
I didn't know this player either. How would we? We don't watch enough Croatian second division football.
No, we don't. We probably should watch more of it, but look, Ollie never fails to amaze me. He's went out to loads of countries. I believe he flew out to where was it? I think it was Austria or somewhere a few years ago and brought back.
He's constantly doing that.
Yeah, he's constantly doing that, and he gets it right a lot of times too.
He did that with Cogler, I believe. Yeah,
he brings back good players. So I think, based on the evidence of what he's done in the past, I've probably put this one quite high because he's went out to these countries.
It's almost too random, isn't it?
It's too random. Like, you don't go to Croatia, just take him out there and bring him back.
Yeah.
As you said, look, his goal-scoring record for Croatian Division 2 appears to be good. Obviously, Croatian national team are very good. Croatian players that are not even in the national team that we know in the Champions League, Europa League, or for other English teams are very good. They're very technical. So who knows what he could bring? And hopefully, if he comes, he'll be really good for Harps and good for the league. Interesting one. And I'd like to see him come. I'd like to see foreign players come into a league, see what they can do. I think that's very interesting. I love when the foreign player comes into the league. I put this one high key. I put this one probably at a 7. I think this one's likely to happen. I think it's likely to happen, yeah.
Finally, we're going to end on Jamie Glackin, who's at Coleraine in the Irish League. 21 games so far this season, 2 goals, a couple of assists as well. It's an interesting one. He's been linked with a couple of clubs up there like Larne and that, but this particular link I want to talk about is Derry City, 26 years of age. But the weird thing about this one is this was actually one of the papers. I think it might be Belfast Live or something like that. But the weird thing about this one is that Coleraine are demanding around 100 grand for the player, and a couple of clubs are interested. And I'm just wondering, would Derry go there? Would they?
Interestingly, I've actually seen him play live a few weeks ago, and I thought he was very good. He was up and down the pitch. He had a very good engine on him. He was very technical. He was demanding the ball all the time, and he was fine on the pass. Didn't really lose possession of the ball either. So I was impressed with him when I seen him, actually. I'd like to watch more Northern Irish League games if I could, but 100,000 it's quite a high fee for a player in the league, the Northern Irish League, to come down to the Electricity League. Even looking for 100,000 for one of our players to go to a Premier League club or a Championship club, it's nearly unheard of at times. You're nearly, it's kind of a ropey situation. You're trying to pull the rope back this way for them to give you 100,000 for a player, let alone anything else. Like, so
I'd wonder if Derry managed to get him halfway down, say to 50, 60, would they be willing to pay that? Because I think they paid around 30-ish for McGonigal, who, in my opinion, was well worth it because he's an excellent player. But be interesting to see if he can negotiate something.
And am I right in saying too they paid money for someone else in the league as well? They signed someone.
Brandon Kavanagh.
Yes,
Brandon Kavanagh. I think about 20 grand roughly in around that as well.
So I think out of every team in the league so far, I think Derry have spent the most of actual cash on players.
Cash, yeah.
Actual money at transfer fees. Everyone else is going with free signings, like everyone, or loan signings. These spend on actual transfer fees. In terms of basing it on the evidence of that, it could be high, but of 100,000, I don't see that. Maybe like you're right, it's what they're saying, 50, 60, get out around that mark. Coleraine might be playing a hard ball to think, if he asks for 100k, it'll come down to 70 or 60, we'll get that. Whereas if he asks for 60, they'll only ask for 20, we'll only get that. So
it could be Colerane's way of saying he's not for sale as well.
It could be, and then they'll get surprised when they get offered a really big offer. Like, oh, we may take that. Exactly. I probably do this as a 6 key. I think there's something in it anyway. Whether they'll offer money for him, it remains to be seen. Derry have been doing it, like I said. There is money there to spend, so there's a lot of boxes and ticks there to say that they probably will do it.
Yeah, interesting stuff. We'll leave it there. That's 5 for today, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments. Any deals you like. Have you heard any of these links? Subscribe if you're new, hit your bell notification button, and like the video if you like the content. And once again, thanks for watching.